Welcome to stream. Today we are going to look at the second part of chapter 17 of the main story, Thunders over Nagazora. In the last part, he saw May and Kiana finally reuniting after months of separation. But not all is fine. We have found out that Kiana's situation is very much uncurable, and despite the fact that she wanted to have this conversation about this with Tesla in secret, we noticed and saw that May has heard everything. Meanwhile, May has her own secrets. She went to meet Raven, and Raven gave her an offer she can't refuse. Today we'll find out how this story will further develop. We have today 1, 2, 3 stages and 1 extra stage, as well as at least 2 cutscenes. Let's start with some story. What is the Honkai? Otto spent many years searching for an answer to this question. The search spanned 5 centuries and 2 eras. He knew more about the Honkai than the other 7 billion lives on Earth. The more he knew, the less he understood. Otto finally realized that he knew nothing about the Honkai. Where did it come from? Where does it want to go? What drives it? To what end? Why was it created? How would it end? How does it grow? Why did it stop? Why does it erupt? Why is it silent? Does it have a persona, a gestalt, or is it simply a law set at the very beginning of existence? Otto was inundated with questions that pushed him into the terrifying abyss of the unknown. He desired to push forward, yet he found no path. He wanted to start his search, yet he did not know where to go. He searched. His confusion grew. He failed, and he lost his way. Don't lose your way. In his frustrations, he tried many experiments. The pain of discontent plagued him. Over 500 years had passed. The hypotheses he tested and rejected were beyond counting. Answers were transposed, adjusted, combined, and taken apart. The cycle was repeated. The tapestry remained broken. But after enough cycles, an image began to appear in the obscure sea. Let us now imagine a tree. The imaginary tree. A massive tree whose crown cannot be seen, whose canopy of branches and leaves blot out the sky. The tree emerged from an endless sea of unfathomable depths and boundaries. The tree and sea are alone in the universe. Thus began their never-ending rivalry. The sea swells while the tree extends its roots. One seeks to flood, the other seeks to absorb. The tree has drunk from the sea and endured an ansamkhya of time and grown an iota of branches and leaves. And it was during this seemingly endless time that an unassuming branch grew a new bud. This was the birth of human civilization. Otto achieved his eureka when he finally learned of the imaginary tree. Chaos gave way to order. He saw the path meandering through the darkness. He ran along this path. Every step he took brought him closer to the light. Soon, he was at the very edge of science itself. Previous attempts to acquire knowledge stopped here, but he must keep going and enter the yawning abyss. Imagine it. The imaginary is the origin of human race, the seed of civilization. Time flows in the trunk of the imaginary tree and branches out into infinite of worlds. Every branch is a form of civilization. Every bud is their past and present etched onto the dimension of time. But growth is counted by force, a selective and corrective system in the tree's rivalry against the sea. A natural system based upon the imaginary mechanics. It breeds, nurtures, tests, and removes. This is what humanity describes as the Honkai. Indeed, humanity will never escape the Honkai. We must press forward because the tree must grow. Those who fail become wilted shadows in the sea of quanta. To achieve everlasting peace, we must reach the origin of civilization and return to the imaginary realms. The answer I seek must lie within the imaginary tree. Otto finally found the way to the truth after having endured 595 winters. He explored the sea of quanta, ether anchors, and imaginary constructs. He also found the divine key. He experienced uncountable failures, obstacles, difficulties, and impossibilities. Otto did not care for the impossible. He decided that it must be made possible. Otto Apocalypse must enter the domain of God. Otto Apocalypse must descend the imaginary tree. I'm glad that our negotiations have arrived at the most desirable conclusions. Let us proceed with the transfer of the beacon. Do you have any requests for the time and place? I'll leave that to you. Let me think. I don't like to wait. I hope to ascertain its value at once. Firing the second key requires vast amounts of Honkai energy. There's a perfect place. The far east city of Nagazora. The site of the third Honkai eruption. Yes, that event 3 years ago left a singularity linked to the tree, even though the third Hesher is asleep. And that singularity still leaks Honkai. The leak has grown, thanks to the great eruption. What a coincidence! The second key shall be moved to Nagazora after 3 days for our first test with the beacon. The white-haired man left without a word. The golden sphere grew dim and dissolved with every step he took. Whoa, leaving already? How disappointing. I was hoping to raise a glass with you to celebrate this. Kevin Kaslana, I believe that this meeting has far-reaching consequences to you, to me, and to the entire world. All hail the alliance of Schicksal and the World Serpent. Well, that's not good. But that was some much-needed knowledge. We saw that tree in the Sea of Quanta far in the distance many times before. In previous chapters and also some extra stages. I wonder how things will develop now that we know this. But aside from all that, we'll have to think about their tests in Nagazora. Act 2. The present. She took a step away from the light. Gotta have at least one May. And only one May. Helios, present time. May, you're back? Yeah, I just returned. It took some time to walk Sora home since the city is a dangerous place. Is Kiana still in the medical bay? Yes, we just finished another round of the checks. The situation hasn't changed. We should let her rest. The Hyperion will be here soon. We'll be leaving this place. Kiana hasn't eaten anything since she woke. She must be hungry. I'll head to the kitchen. Wait, May? What is it? Mophead, well, isn't great with words. Her factual talk is good for research, but it can be mean as well. Just don't get too worked up about what she said. It's fine, Dr. Tesla. I'm alright. I've been working with AE for 4 months, and I know you're both excellent scientists. I trust your judgment. I'm glad that you're willing to tell me the truth. I know that you're feeling terrible, but we'll do our best and find a way. Thank you. May, you're back! You must be hungry. I made something for you. Whoa! It's May's special curry! Eat this first. Tell me if you want anything else. I'll make it for you. Kiana sat up and ate as fast as she could. Oh! Yum yum! It's great! This is the best meal ever! Slow down and try not to choke, Kiana. There's definitely enough for you. She finished the curry in an instant. I'm stuffed! I guess those 4 months didn't change your appetite or table manners. Gosh, tell me about it. I didn't have a decent meal for months. That means I missed all those wonderful and nostalgic flavors. The freshness and perfect spiciness of this curry. Whoo, you're the best cook ever, May. I'm glad you like it. I was worried that it was too spicy. No, of course not. The heat is just perfect. Got me sweating and feeling good. I like it. Have some water. Try not to choke. Kiana emptied the glass and laid down on her bed, looking satisfied. Hyperion will take you to an AE base. Listen to the professors and follow their advice. They are good people. Okay, I got that. Don't worry, May. I'll be fine. Yes, Kiana. You'll be fine. You will be just fine. I'll go do the dishes. Just lay down and rest. Alrighty. Water flowed across May's fingertips and disappeared into the drain with a soft, weeping sound. While placing the dried plates on the shelf, she accidentally knocked down a wooden bowl. Several things fell. They were the sweet peppers used for making the curry. She only had a few minutes before the 2 hour they promised ran out. May left the kitchen. The corridor was dark except for the medical bay that flickered in the distance. You lie like an idiot. She turned around and walked towards the darkness. Sweet pepper curry isn't spicy at all. Someone has no taste. Someone is definitely feeling bad. Let's go to our meeting with Reagan before time runs out. Surely there will be no interruptions on our way. Honestly, I'm not even sure if Honkai beasts of this level can be counted as an interruption anymore. Time's sake. Let's go to our rendezvous. Good thing there's no stealth action this time, because that would take longer than 30 seconds. Now loading with Attila. Did this just immediately go into the next stage? That's kinda cool, if it did. This is the rendezvous. But no one is here. Sora and the kids have already left. You're here! The voice came from above. May looked up and saw Raven perched lazily on the roof. She then landed softly on the ground. 2 hours. Just right. I like you. You're punctual. And I come alone, as agreed. You seem ready. Come follow me. Raven opened the gate of the roost and led May into the shelters. This place changed after the children left. It's no different than the ruins around us. Quiet, desolate, lifeless. What will happen to them? They'll get treatment at a safe environment with controlled ambient Honkai levels and a lot more space. A significant improvement, both physically and mentally, when compared to the roost. The treatment will give them functional stigmata. The children can then leave their past behind and start a new life. Leave? Would the serpent leave them? Would the world serpent let them leave? I don't think your friends will let anyone with fully functional stigmata go. They are too precious. They will. The sire gave his word. It is the payment he promised me. Payment? Raven smiled and said nothing more. They meandered down the lanes and arrived before a metal door. Here we are. The sire is behind this door. He will meet you. Alone. Open it. You astonish me, girl. When we first met, I thought you were just an innocent little child. A few days passed, and you look different. You completed your metamorphosis far more quickly than I thought. I hope you'll find the answers you seek. Go ahead, girl, and good luck. The metal door opened slowly. May stepped through and entered a dark plaza. Footsteps approached her in the darkness. You are... No, guess this was just the first chapter. Okay. I was confused because the challenges popped up after the loading screen with Attila. But now that's a development. What could Kevin want? What came along with the man was the stillness of space and the halt in time. Who are you? The air turned cold with his arrival. May felt as thought she walked into a freezer world A great, oppressive weight welled within her and kept her rooted at her place. Kevin Kaslana, the leader of the World Serpent. His voice was calm and dispelled any feeling of oppression. She looked into his eyes. Both were devoid of anything, except for a hint of sadness. A sadness that never healed and would never heal. Kaslana. Raiden May, you wish to save a girl. Neither Schicksal nor AE can help you. But the World Serpent can. You have my word. What do you want in return? You! His voice was calm. His words were few, yet they felt like inviolate commandments etched upon stone. May found herself in a position where she bore the full brunt of his words. Tell me exactly how you would save her. I'll do anything you want, but only if you really succeed. Kiana is dying. The core infection is stronger than she could bear. Her other cores must be removed if she hopes to survive. There's only one way. I will help you become the Herrscher of Thunder again. What? You were chosen. A channel linked to the imaginary tree will forever remain within you. Absorb the residual energy from the third Honkai, and you will wake again to reclaim the power of thunder from Kiana. You will gain a new Herrscher core. The gem of conquest in Kiana will dissolve. Her conditions will then improve. His cold voice struck May with every word. She recalled the strange things she had witnessed. Dr. Tesla's diagnostics, sudden episodes of dizziness, and Raven's sudden change in attitude. She understood everything at once. I can save Kiana by becoming a Herrscher. Correct. Then there's nothing for me to worry about. Kiana pulled me back out of the darkness 3 years ago. She made me who I am. I'll gladly do it to save her life. But I were to be controlled by the Honkai. I wish you can. That will not happen. You should think what happens after you become a Herrscher. You can save Kiana this time, but she will throw herself into danger again. She will use her void powers to save the world and the people around her. So long as the Honkai and Herrschers exist, she will rise up to fight them. And she will keep fighting till she dies. I've seen many like her. Despite death and terror, they were armed with belief that compels them to the path. And all of them left, forever sleeping in the fields. His words were razor eyes that cut at the heart. She wanted to disagree, but failed to find a counter-argument. For she knew he spoke the truth. No sacrifice she makes could change the inevitable. No, I won't let that happen. Never. You can't stop her, you know it. That is why you are here. But you have a choice. You can join the Serpent. What? More Hershers will appear soon. Humanity's war against the Honkai is escalating. Follow the serpent, purge the Honkai, capture the Hershers, seal their power, and starve the Void Queen. Kiana is only safe when you are not with her. Once Project Stigma succeeds, both of you shall be human once again. With a great explosion, a beam of light shot through the sky and shattered into 1,000,000 fragments. What just happened? The time has come. The gate is open. The imaginary tree shall manifest itself in this city. Dormant Honkai will seep out of the earth, absorb it, bid a Hersher of Thunder once more to save her. But there is only one way for you to keep her away from harm. You will have time to think about this. Decide if you want to trust me and the World Serpent. Kiana's fate is in your hands, Raiden May. I do not need to convince you. This is something you know far better than anyone else. Her belief can save the world, except for herself. Quantum shadows? Why would there be quantum shadows in the city? Because the gate to the Sea of Quanta was just opened, May. That's the only reason that could explain that. Oh no, it's collapse. The building is shaking. Is that an earthquake? No, it's... A sudden gust of wind tore through the cracks. She lost her balance as the tower shook violently. She raised her head. The seawater that flooded the city was receding. The water... it's receding. No, something isn't right. The roost is rising. The buildings are being dragged towards the sky. There were rumblings at the distance, followed by explosions and thunderous echoes of collapsing buildings. An endless white light then engulfed everything before her. Well, things just escalated quickly. Also, I turned down the music. It may have been too loud for the beginning of the stream. I hope it didn't block out my voice completely. But even if it did, there were subtitles anyways. Well, let's look at the final chapter for the day. What could possibly go wrong? Well, going by the picture, we're going to the Hyperion. Yes, 30 kilometers away. Everyone on the Hyperion caught sight of something astonishing. Hey, it's Teresa! Long time no see. In the main story, that is. Hyperion. Somewhere above the Pacific Ocean, several minutes ago. We are on course and 30 kilometers away from Dr. Tesla's rendezvous coordinates. No hostiles detected. What about the Schicksal units at our listening post detected? They landed on the western coasts on the Far East Islands, but they remained at their positions. Schicksal may have detected the anomalies in Nagazora and preemptively deployed Valkyries in nearby cities. AE relief forces are in position. If the eruption occurs, they will be moved in and contain the resulting damage. We must do whatever we can to keep Kiana from using her void powers. I'm still worried. This is just too quiet. It reminds me of that uneasy silence during the Battle of Schicksal. A violent shudder cut Teresa's sentence short. There goes your silence before the storm. What just happened? Report! We detected an anomalous Honkai spark in Nagazora. Multiple units coming in at 320 clicks per hour. We are acquiring visuals. Enemy attack? From Schicksal? Negative! They are quantum shadows. The Hyperion is under attack by quantum shadows. Our prow has been hit. Several CIWS point defense turrets were disabled. What did you say? Quantum shadows? Here? Curses! I've Bronya split her forces to defend the bridge and main engine room. I'll sweep the enemies off our deck. Seems like the gang's about to be all here. Hey there, friends. Have some chewder. Oh. Friendly robots. Squid. Hi, Dorian. Kya! That beam of light, it came from Nagazora. Madam Teresa, we have another incoming wave of enemies. What's happening, Dr. Einstein? Look at that tsunami. The city is getting hit by storms and giant waves. Why are we seeing quantum shadows in the Far East? What's going on in Nagazora? I see massive Honkai sea patches in the city. Energy is flowing towards the light beam. It's not a sea of quanta. I'm afraid we are dealing with a major disaster, Madam Teresa. A major disaster, you say? Let's find out what that is before we do the X stage. I'm kinda curious. I remember it very well. I walked to the window and gazed upon the stars that night. It was strange. It felt I wasn't looking at the stars. It was the other way around. The stars all looking down at us. When compared to the universe, I'm small. Humanity is small. Everything felt so small and insignificant. That's when I suddenly came up with an idea. I now believe that every star in the sky is an enemy. Every star in the sky is an enemy? Correct. Remember that picture in the physical textbook? A photo of Earth taken by a probe 6.4 billion kilometers away. Oh yeah, I do. There was like nothing in that picture. It took me a while to find the pale blue dot. That's Earth, the 4.6 billion years old planet that we grew up on. Just a pale blue dot in the universe. Humanity's history, billions of people, our knowledge and our culture, they're just so insignificant. That gives rise to a question. What is the exact worth of an individual in this vast expanse of space? What's so funny? Well, nothing. I just find this to be quite refreshing. When I dated other people, we talked about stars by discussing horoscopes, blood types and stuff like that. You're the only one who would talk about the universe and humanity. I guess I want to say that you're special, unique. Do keep going. I'm actually interested in that topic and would like to learn more. I'm done talking about my views. I also asked a question. I'm waiting for my answer. Alright, let me think about it. So it's just as you said. The universe is huge, but the Earth is small. And when compared to outer space, I guess the things we care about don't really matter. Exactly. Jeez, that's a lot to take in. Nevertheless, you, me, and everyone on this planet is trying to live their lives in a meaningful way. We live, we exist, we make choices, we seize opportunities, and enjoy certain moments. Humanity itself is meaningless, but we gave ourselves meaning. Now you sound like a philosopher. Science and philosophy do overlap in discussions regarding the nature of the universe. I'm curious about something. What is it? You look like a person who would be uninterested in such topics. I'm surprised that you're actually listening. Do you think there's any worth to our conversation? And please give me an honest answer. Any worth to our discussion? I don't really know. And honestly, I think I only understood half of the things you said. But I really like how serious you look when talking about this. That's why I hope I can keep listening to you. That's it? Is that the only reason? Yeah. Why? I don't know. Wait. It's more like I want to know. I want to learn from you and try to think about those questions you asked. Huh. Hey, you're finally smiling. You look good when you smile. I'll be going to MU this summer for a symposium with several leading physicists and scholars. I hope to get a chance to discuss my views with them. You may think I'm full of myself, but I want to meet people who can change the world. I want to be one of them. I want to see how far I could go in this universe. Great. I believe you'll eventually achieve everything you said today. How about you? Ever thought about your own future, Mr. Kevin Kislana? No, never thought about it. I don't really have a goal in mind. Changing the world is just way too big for me. I only want to enjoy every moment, be nice to my friends, and lead a happy, carefree life. What about the future? Don't you ever think about it? No, it has never occurred to me. The world is a large place. I'll find something to do. I don't want to get too focused about the future. I might end up missing the people around me. Plus, I'm just a high school student. Live free, live happy. That's how I would live my life. Oh dear, how immature. I do hope your wishes would come true. Yeah, I hope all our wishes could come true. Alright, would you mind if I go to MU with you this summer? He opened his eyes. The city has become one with the light. The light pulsed like blood in the veins. The infinite and starry expanse lies on the other end. Life perishes and is created in each and every beam of each and every instant. Every single individual, the people they meet, the people they love. Memories, sacrifices, promises made and broken, victories, defeats, every existence and death. Entire history of the human race, the summation of the human legacy. Every piece of evidence that points to the very essence of humanity is nothing but a lonely leaf caught within this light. Interesting. So that May was obviously not May, the May we know. I think it was her mother, if I remember correctly. She's usually written with all capitals May, but considering that Kevin lived in a previous era, it may have also been a May from a previous era. But for sure it was an interesting look into Kevin's story. Now let's have an extra stage. The paradise collapsed while the abyss remains. Well, this stage is connected to a Teresa piece, so let's use Teresa. If I was smart, I would have used the quantum character, because we are going to fight quantum monsters again. But surely that won't matter. KNSI. Oh, that wasn't too hard. We overcame the storm of guilt. And that finishes today's part of the chapter. And in a few days, we'll have the final part. I'm quite excited with what happened today. But as usual, the stream does not end here, because we have more Bitter Fury and also the City of Desolation too. So let's take a look. Bit of Fury has changed since the last chapter. We are no longer protecting our dragon friend now. Instead we are fighting enemies under a specific condition. Most importantly, we are using physical characters now, like Durandal and Teresa. Especially Teresa, because she also has fast attack. And the enemies have, well, not just Teresa, we also have heavy attack, so we'll be using Durandal for some stages as well. Because the enemies have a shield that's either only going to be destroyed through heavy attack or through fast attacks. But I think it's much easier to show than tell. Also we have this battlesuit enhancement bar, which raises the whole time. But if we are close to this enemy, which is connected to this core, our battlesuit enhancement will lower again. Battlesuit enhancement technically just raises how strong we are. And this enemy connected to the core had this shield that can only be destroyed through fast attacks. Like, you can see it under his life bar up there, depleting as I fast attack him. Then it gets destroyed, and we can attack again at full power. Personally, I think these stages are much easier than the protect Benares stages, but both of them weren't that difficult. Like, this is the hardest version we are starting with here, so not really much to talk about. And there it goes. Terminate speed. We'll be doing 3 speed stages and 1 heavy stage, I think, is how I did it yesterday. Yes. Very much so. Not because the speed stages are easier or anything, but because that's the 4 stages that give the most points. Also, I like the beginning of this stage, because you just ran against these lasers and get a free evasion off. Very hard stage. But it's not always about being difficult. These are fun, and I like that. What a surprise, liking fun. I actually brought Teresa to the heavy attack stage. Guess it won't matter in the end. because she still ate through that guy pretty quickly. Oh well. This is beyond justice. Terminate strength. And we get some upgrades. Bonus physical damage dealt by enhanced spell suits. Yes, please. Because I don't really feel the cold, and enhancement is fine. More power! Always more power. Alright, this stage is a little bit different. In this stage the battle enhancement gets depleted if we are in one of those ice storms. So we are supposed to avoid them. They don't do damage, I think, or anything. They're just annoying, for annoying's sake. Not too close to that one. But yeah, as soon as you get close, your battlesuit enhancement gets reset completely. But that's that. And then we have City of Desolation 2, because the previous chapter had City of Desolation 1, which I did not complete, and did not complete yet either, I think. Or is this something different? Captain, City of Desolation 2 is open. The stage comes with several environmental factor sets. Choose one environmental factor for each set. Each factor selected provides a certain amount of stage clearing points. The higher difficulty the factor brings, the more points it provides. Environmental factors will make the stage more challenging, so be sure to select the ones that suit you. Oh, it's this kind of mode. Okay, I was mixing it up with something else. You can also add other types of environmental factors. Please note that different environmental factors bring different effects. It's the total points provided by the current activated environmental factors, e.g. the max score you'll get for clearing the stage. And one more little secret to share with Captain. If you encounter difficulties in this challenge, you can go to Bitter Fury to level up power charge and enhance your Valkyrie's combat power. Oh, that's interesting. We get benefit from the other mode and this mode. How nice. Anyways, let's see how we want to make Raven worse. Raven's and Deathweb's HP, defense, attack resistance are enhanced by level 1. Deathweb's HP drops below 50 HP. It enters Frenzy mode, gains elemental resistance. Raven's melee attacks ignite the target for 5 seconds. Ignited Valkyries receive damage. Raven gains physical resistance. Valkyries suffer poison and lose a small amount of HP per second. That sounds bad. When the battle starts, 2 laser nets will be airdropped. In the second phase, Wild Vulture will be summoned to bomb the battlefield. I guess I have no choice but to take everything to get those 3,500 points, so sure. Through the darkness. Warning! Ultra hard challenge! How ultra hard could it possibly be? Are you locking me out of some characters? No, doesn't seem like it. So Raven will get physical defense when I'm burned, and Depthwarp will get elemental resistance after a time. Okay. Will that matter? We'll find out together. Depthwarp is coming. Bonesaw is ready. That's an old reference. The bombing is starting, but the battle is over. Guess those 3,500 points are free. Yay. Let's do one more with a little bit harder stuff. Raven Depthwarp's HP, defense and attack and resistance are enhanced by 2 levels. When Depthwarp's HP goes below 50%, it's frenzy mode and gains 40 elemental resistance. We did not use elemental at all this time. Physical resistance. I don't want to make the poison worse. Sure. This might get us to 5,000 points. I did notice that some conditions will unlock after a time, so we can't even get all the way to the end anyways. So the laser nets will drop HP. That could be important knowledge. I got the Rundle to her ultimate and then switched out, so I can use it later when I need it. If I need it. Death Web is coming. Well, they're both here now, so let's use some ultimates. I think we destroyed that web some time ago. It's just a question of time if Raven will follow suit. Kinda like the healing from that thing, but Raven is also very close to being defeated. Congrats, you defeated Raven. Congrats, we won the stage. It wasn't that hard. But it was harder, but not really an ultra hard challenge. But we also didn't go for the worst possible thing we could go for. Well, that was today's part of the chapter. There's, I think, one more thing I want to take a look at. Would be nice if you would, but I think I'll do a bit more. While we are here. So close to getting a gift, but not close enough. Where are they? We're not in here. There should be exactly 1, 2, 3, 4 trial stages. Rouged Mayumi, the camellias, and your yard bloomed again. It's an outfit trial stage for this outfit for Himeko. So let's take a look at Himeko. Hello, friends. I didn't read the instructions. 1 ultimate, 1 evasion. Please attack me, thank you. Hi there, witch. Did you just summon someone? Yes. Some razor claws. That's not nice of you. Well, let's have a look. I wonder what the focus is on this outfit. I can hardly tell. I can hardly tell. On her back, surely. Second trial stage, Holy Flames. The serpent has awakened, and so have the flames of might of Anutu. A blazing storm is imminent. One ultimate, one evasion. Surprisingly, it's another Himeko stage. Surprisingly, we just used Might of Anutu in her outfit trial stage, so let's use it again. Might of Anutu is a very powerful greatsword weapon, but I think Aichan will tell us a lot about it. Might of Anutu has a charge count, which appears above the HP bar. There. Consuming no less than 30 SP in one action, builds up one charge. You'll automatically receive one charge as the stage begins. And this gives us another. Might of Anutu can store up to 2 charges. Its active skill deals high damage with more charges. Boom. Tap this button and have Aichan reset weapon skill CDs, cooldowns. Spend. Spend. Hit. Spend. Spend. Unleash. Spend. Unleash. It's a simple weapon, but quite effective. I don't own it, and I don't plan on owning it, because I don't have this Himeko, which is the best user for it, I'd guess. I'm sure the twins would like to use the weapon, but I have the signature weapons, so I don't really need it. Didn't even kill. Ah, because she was the final boss. Sorry guys, I'm leaving. Also, it's a really cool looking sword. Next, Bookworm. We all know her by now, Xixi, or whatever she was called. Books grant me inner peace and wisdom. Xixi was her nickname. But Fuxi is her, Book of Fuxi is her name. I do own that one. Wouldn't need a trial stage, but here we go. She's one of our elves, and the best one I have. Not sure if I ever explained the elf system on stream. I probably did. They are pretty much just floating around and doing their own thing, and you can activate the ultimates to do things. Book of the ultimate summons a magic circle to the enemies with inflict all animal ability on them. And I really like that. Ultimate also forces activate the QTE of teammates capable of dealing fire damage. Is there anything else I'm supposed to be using? No. Fun times. That leaves us with one more. Bookworm reliving. And then we have the Twins of Eden, which are some guns. It serves as a potent weapon, even in the hands of a layman. Which you demonstrate by giving me one of the worst characters in the game, Ritually Macho. I'm sure she isn't that bad, but I know she is definitely bad. I definitely like every other Cullen more. Twins of Eden are special dual pistols and can support physical damage dealers. Its active skill casts Gravity Bomb at enemies and deals physical damage. Enemy shield break during the bomb's activation inflicts Gravity Lock that pauses shield regen. Tap this button and have Aichan reset the weapon skill. After Gravity Lock ends, Gravity Bomb explodes to further deal damage. After triggering the Gravity Lock and the explosion of the bomb, the whole team gains physical damage and impairs the enemy for a while. Not gonna lie. That's pretty cool. Oh yeah, this Cullen's ultimate summons turrets, which is very unique. Nice timing! I definitely would like this weapon, but I don't have the crystals to try and go summon it now. Maybe I'm not at a repeat. Nicely done, Cullen. Twins of Eden, Twins of Eden. Twins of Eden. And we are out of energy. And out of stages I want to do. I'm pretty sure. So that seems to be working out quite well. This team no longer exists. Too bad. Guess I'll listen to you this time. That's enough for today's stream. We'll be back in 6 days, I think, for the final part of Chapter 17. Thank you for watching and good night. Bye bye.